My number 5 favorite album of 2020 is by Christian Scott Atunde Ajua. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. His album Axiom, which was a live set, actually performed in March of 2020, right before the COVID hit. I'm not going to call it jazz because Christian Scott himself considers that term pejorative. So this is an improvisational instrumental collection. It is phenomenal. He plays the trumpet. He is amazing. And their cover of CS and N's Guinevere is beautiful. But yeah, check out Axiom. Amazing album. Howdy. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaggy, the Opinionated Hippie. I am currently ranking and reviewing every single Frank Zappa album released while he was alive. We are currently on number 40. You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, Volume 3, which in this list is the 5th of the 6 stage things have now been on this list. Number 6 has not yet made it. This is a mostly 80s. The 2 discs on this are mostly 80s. The first disc is almost entirely 1984 stuff. The Drowning Witch, there's a Drowning Witch on here, in which Frank edited several performances from 84 and then a little bit from 82, because apparently no band ever performed this entire thing absolutely correctly. Frank makes a note of that in the liner notes. And so you get different bands playing this, but they're, again, the edits are pretty seamless. But there is a little bit of 82 in here. And then the second disc is a little more eclectic, but again, it leans heavily on 82, with some good 73 track that's pretty good, a 76 track. My opinion on this has kind of changed over the years. I used to really, really not like the 84 disc, the first disc, because it's mostly 84 stuff, and I have a problem with the 84 band, which I'll talk about. And then I really liked the second disc more because of what was on it particularly, and it has a more eclectic nature. But thanks to the Zappa Family Trust, almost everything on the second disc has been released elsewhere, and I would rather listen to it elsewhere, unless I'm in the mood for just that eclecticism of like jumping from 73 to 76 to 82. But a lot of that has just been already released elsewhere, so it kind of robs it of its power. And now I really like the first disc because it is the 84 band, but it's the 84 band being funny and singing well, which are the 2 things they did well. So let's see. Let's just go through. There are a couple really, really amazing highlights on this volume that are highlights of the entire set. And one of them is the very first song, Sharlena. It is the updated 80s version, which is not too different from the 70s version. But this one has Dweezil, a 16-year-old Dweezil Zappa, doing the guitar solo. It's your typical like Satriani Vai metal guitar solo. It's pretty good though. And then Frank comes in and then he starts soloing over Dweezil, and they just go at it for a while. And the entire thing goes, I think the entire track is like 9 minutes long. The solo is fantastic. The singing is phenomenal. Just an all around, I got like something right there. An amazing way to kick off this volume. And it's kind of downhill for a while after that. The next track is Bamboozled by Love, which I do not like that song. Lyrics, I think, are horrible. But in 84 and 88, when it came time to play the guitar solo, the band would all of a sudden start playing the vamp to Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Hand claps because of the electronic drums that the 84 band has. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. And then Frank would just tear a solo across that thing. Not the greatest solos. I mean, they're just pretty aggressive to the wall type things, but entertaining. That's followed by Lucille Has Messed My Mind Up, one of my all-time favorite songs. Highlight of Joe's Garage. Sounds great here. The 84 band could sing. Ike Willis sounds wonderful. It's what they do better than anything else, I think, is what they do vocally. Then that's followed by Advanced Romance, in which we start getting into the secret word usage that the 84 band completely overindulged in which they would just kind of change the lyrics. They would joke around. They would talk about things that had happened during the day. We get a lot of that in the next 4 songs, and that's kind of what saves the next 4 songs. So you get Advanced Romance, with a pretty decent solo, but some good secret word usage. You get Bobby Brown Goes Down, in which the secret word usage goes off the hook. You get Keep It Greasy, in which it just continues to be ridiculous. It's mostly about Hi-Ho Silver and the Lone Ranger and Tonto and the Masked Man. And at one point, Tunis starts playing the theme from the Lone Ranger as the bass line. It's just, oh, it's beautiful and it's so well done. And then that goes into Honey, Don't You Want a Man Like Me, where Frank has the audience like redo a part. And it's, it's kind of fun. It's lighthearted. It's the band playing songs I don't like, but having a lot of fun with them. So it makes it a lot more listenable. Honey, Don't You Want a Man is followed by In France, which I just don't ever like. That's followed by Drowning Witch. Not the best Drowning Witch that's out there, but it is one of only 2 that's been released, right? Oh, no, we have some on, never mind, not 2 that's only been released. We had the Halloween 81's one. Halloween 81 just came out. But again, it's a Drowning Witch, phenomenal song. Solos run on the shorter side. The entire thing is like 9.5 minutes long. Frank would easily go to 12, 13, 14 sometimes in like November of the 84 tour, but still great to hear this song. And then that's followed by 3 songs kind of new to the 84 band. Ride My Face to Chicago, which is just a boogie, woogie, great, fun, Ride My Face to Chicago sing-along song. The 82 band actually did that at least once. I have a tape where they did that once. The tape quality is kind of bad. The performance is slower. It's simpler. It's not as evolved. But the 82 band, it did never became a part of the repertoire. It is a part of this band's repertoire, is this song. Fun song. That's followed by Carol, You Fool, which is a great sort of doo-wop, slower, kind of a Lucille Has Messed My Mind Up type number with this amazing part where all the instruments cut out and the band just starts singing at some point, and their harmonies are just, it's gorgeous. It is so well done. And then that's followed by Chana into Bourgeois, a song co-written with Diva. That's kind of a fun, funky little song with like a little keyboard solo that Frank messes around with in there. That's another fun listen. And then the first disc closes out with Joe's Garage and Why Does It Hurt When I Pee, which has Bobby Martin just singing like better than anybody sings in this band. It's great. Good way to end the first disc. But it's a fun disc. It's not a very heavy-hitting disc musically. The one song that should bring it musically, Drowning Witch, kind of does, but a little lackluster on the guitar solo. But the opening Sharlena is phenomenal. And then the second disc is the disc that really is no longer as important as it used to be. It opens up with Dickie's Such an Asshole from the Roxy shows. We now have the entire Roxy. All those performances are out there on the Roxy performances, so we now have this version in its like right setting. But when I first heard this and when this came out, this was a revelation. I mean, an unheard 73 track, this song in which the band it's just, man, George Duke, Tom Fowler's bass, the drums, Napoleon Murphy Brock singing. I mean, this is just great. Marty Perellis doing a little like bring your drinks to the waitress so we can play an encore and get out of here type thing in the beginning. It's just a great way to set up this disc. That goes into a little excerpt from Baby Snakes where Terry talks about hitting his hands with a hammer. That goes into a drum solo, which I'm not that fond of, but it does sound really good. That drum solo in real time goes into Zoot Allures. The drum solo and the Zoot Allures being from 76. This is your skeletal, bare bones, Frank doing all the heavy lifting Zoot Allures. Unfortunately, Frank does not let this play out into the solo that would naturally happen in 76. And when the Zoot Allures main theme is over, he cuts to an 82 solo. I love the 82 solo. I will listen to every 82 solo there is, solos there are. I think that's one of Frank's best tours as far as playing, and this guitar solo is amazing. But it would have been nice to hear that in its entirety, which we now have because Frank has released a 76 show that has this. Plus, you can find this on Frank Zappa plays the music of Frank Zappa. So this now kind of is not as essential as it used to be also. Then you get a whole bunch of songs from You Are What You Is, which have been released on Holly 181, so those cancel those out. Then you get Cocaine Decisions and NBiz from the Riot Show in Italy. And during Cocaine Decisions, you can hear the tear gas canisters go off, and then somebody has to come to the stage and talk to the crowd in Italian and tell them to calm down. Then you hear more tear gas canisters go off. So that's pretty exciting to get that sort of document of that incident that happened. And there is video out there, if you're interested, of the actual riot, and these two songs are in that video. I think it's called When Frank Goes to Sicily, or When Frank Came to Sicily. So you can see it on YouTube. And then the highlight really at this point in time of this disc is King Kong. It's like a 25-minute King Kong, and it bounces from 82 to 71, 82 to 71. So it opens up with a good long section of 82, which was a man percussion solo, plus a mystery word section where Frank would conduct the band and people would say different words. The words here are, of course, sexual in nature. That would cut to, I think, to an Ian Underwood sax solo, and then a Frank guitar solo. And the Frank guitar solo is starts very bare bones, where it's just him, and then he kind of builds up the jam, and both solos are phenomenal. That cuts back to a 82 Mars Martin jam solo, in which there's a little reference to the Don't Eat the Yellow Snow from Stage Volume 1. And then that goes into a closing Frank Zappa 82 solo. So you get two Frank solos in this 25-minute King Kong from completely different eras, and that's kind of a neat thing to have. And then the entire thing closes with Cosmic Debris, because why not? Because why not? So anyways, it's a pretty interesting disc. There's some great moments. The King Kong, the Sharlena, kind of the opening and the closing are the best, but it's a fun album. Not the best, obviously. But considering we don't really have anything else from the 84 band that's been released, it's kind of valuable in that sense. And then the King Kong is just a great listen. So anyways, yeah, that's it. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments down below, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, take care, man. Peace. And yeah, see you later.